Hi! Within this lecture, we're going to exploit another vulnerability called username map script in the Metasploitable machine that we have been working on so far. So we have a lot of results in here, we have a lot of open ports. I'm going to show you another one to exploit. Since we have completed this 21 TCP, then I'm going to move on to the others. So let me go down a little bit and try to find more information. As you can see, we have this 80 port in here which runs Apache server. Maybe it has a vulnerability as well, but 80 port actually shows us that this machine is running a web server and we can reach those web server with running the IP address on a browser. Okay, so I'm not going to focus on that one, and I'm going to skip to the others. So you will see 80 port in a lot of examples when you try to pen test your own system's own examples when you complete this course. Rather, I'm going to go for this 139, okay, and I'm going to search for this version here, and I'm going to paste it. And of course, I'm going to add an exploit to the end. As you can see, a lot of people Googled it, so we have a lot of results as well. And I'm going to go for Rapid7 once more rather than exploit database. And you can use exploitdb.com as well, but as I explained before, Rapid7 is bringing us the Metasploitable and Metasploit at the same time. So generally, it is wise to use Rapid7 when you have one, because the module name will be available within inside MSF console as well. I always suggest you to read those information, read this description before you try to exploit with the module. And as you can see, rather than supplying a regular username, we're going to supply some shell meta characters. Okay, so this is like a code in the username that will try to exploit those vulnerability, and we can just gather and access with this module if we try one. So let me try this. Let me open a new terminal and run MSF console to open Metasploit. And then later on, we're going to use this module and have some appropriate settings and then go and try to exploit this vulnerability. Okay, so this is the exact same thing that we have done in the previous lecture. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say use, and I'm going to paste the module name that I have copied, and of course I'm going to say show options in order to get the settings of this particular module. And here we have the R port as 139, and I'm going to set our host to be 10.025, which is my Metasploitable machine's IP. So the port is already correct, 139, so I'm good to go actually. I'm going to say exploit, and it will try to hack into that machine, and as you can see, we have a shell session opened in here. So now if I say uname, I will get Linux, and I can try to browse the folders and files in here as well, like we did in the previous lecture. I can try to go to home, and I can try to go to MSF admin to see the vulnerable folder. Right now, you may think that this Metasploitable machine has actually a lot of ports, a lot of misconfigurations built in. What if I come across a machine that has no vulnerabilities at all? And you're right, later on within this course, we are going to learn social engineering, we are going to learn how to create backdoors and try to inject them on the Windows, how to make users open the backdoors exe files on Windows machines so we can gather access as well. So we're going to work with Windows machines that has no vulnerabilities at all. But now we're trying to focus on servers. We are going to focus on machines that has vulnerabilities. So don't worry about that. We're gonna come that later on. And maybe you can think that I don't understand the logic behind it. I don't understand the actual codes that are running these vulnerabilities and exploits. Of course, you can go to ExploitDB or Rapid7 to analyze those codes yourself, but if you don't know any programming, I wouldn't think on that either. Later on, when you learn about Python, it will make more sense to analyze and try to understand those codes. So let's stop here, and within the next lecture we're going to focus on another vulnerability to exploit.